When should you start claiming your Social Security? This is one of the biggest financial decisions we all get to make in our life. So what are the factors that play into making a wise choice with starting Social Security? I've got that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. When to draw Social Security. It's one of the biggest financial decisions that we all get to make in our lives, and making a decision to claim right away or delaying a little bit can actually mean the difference of over $100,000 in finances over your lifetime. So it's an enormous decision. You can begin drawing at age 62, this is retirement Social Security, or you can delay all the way up until age 70. Every month that you delay, your Social Security gets a little bit bigger. Many people think you've got to wait a full year for your Social Security to grow. No, it actually increases every single month that you wait, but on an annualized basis, that increase is about 8%, which is a pretty decent return. However, there's a trade-off. You know this, that delaying Social Security, no one's promised tomorrow. We're not promised that Social Security will even be there tomorrow. So there's huge risks, and plus, if you are delaying your Social Security, then you're drawing down other assets, or you're still working until there's a sacrifice. And therefore, many people draw Social Security immediately, right away, either right at 62 or as soon as they stop working. How do you make an objective decision, a wise decision, an unemotional decision? What are the factors that you should be working on with your certified financial planner to make a wise choice when it comes to claiming Social Security? Well, there's 4 of them. Okay, there's 4 factors that you should consider. And the first one is, are you working? The first one's, are you working? And a lot of times people look at that 62 age, we're all aware of that when it comes to Social Security, and they think, I'm gonna draw Social Security right away at 62, and I'll just work a little bit part-time and it'll all work out. Well, the issue is when you draw your Social Security, when you turn on your Social Security before your full retirement age, which for many people is age 67, then there's a limit on how much you can earn part-time, full-time, earn from a paycheck, and still draw your Social Security and have it not be penalized. That income limit in 2025 is $23,000, just under $24,000 actually. It breaks down to a monthly number, just under $2,000 a month. That's a maximum that you can earn from a job, from paycheck money, and not have your Social Security be penalized if you turn it on. Once you turn age 67, once you turn your full retirement age, you can go out and make as much money as possible. And therefore, the first factor that sways a lot of people and on their Social Security timing decision is, well, are you still working? How long are you planning to work? And therefore, many people at least delay their Social Security until they stop working. Second consideration is your marital status. Are you married, or have you ever been married? Most people don't understand the spousal benefit rules with Social Security. If you're married right now, or if you've been divorced, the spousal benefit rules actually means when you draw your Social Security, you either get the higher of your Social Security or half of your spouse's or ex-spouse's. You get the higher of yours or half of your spouse's or ex-spouse's. That's going to weigh into when you should claim your Social Security. Why? Because if you're currently married right now, you or your spouse is not eligible for half of the other person's until the other person starts claiming. I know that's a complicated way to say it, but say you're married right now and your spouse is not working and you are, and it's best for your spouse to draw half of yours. Half of your Social Security is significantly higher than their own. Well, they're not eligible for half of yours until you start your own Social Security. And so you might look and say, well, then they can start their own Social Security, but they're going to be claiming a lesser benefit. Therefore, you've got to understand these spousal benefit rules, how they impact you. If you're divorced and eligible for to claim off of your spouse's Social Security record, they don't need to start drawing Social Security in order for you to get half of theirs. So the rules regarding spousal benefits are a little bit unique. They get more unique if you're a qualifying widow or widower, in which case you can actually draw Social Security at age 60, and it even opens up a previously closed loophole in claiming advanced claiming strategy with Social Security, where you can take a restricted application to either file just on your deceased spouse's Social Security. So second consideration when determining when to draw Social Security is, what's your marital status? Are you married? Have you ever been married? Are you a qualifying widow or widower? Third consideration, I mentioned that no one's promised tomorrow, and Social Security is not promised tomorrow. So third consideration is your health. In your health history, no one knows their health future, but looking back at your health history, your family's health history, that has an influence on, well, should you draw Social Security right away or should you delay? And oftentimes people hear that and say, yep, not promised tomorrow, therefore I should draw as soon as possible. Well, again, going back to that second consideration, if you're married, because of the spousal rules with Social Security, it may make sense for one of you to turn Social Security on as soon as possible, maybe right after you're done working, but maybe for the other spouse to delay until age 70. And that's because out there in the future, if you're on Social Security and one of you pass away, you get the higher of the two. And so it would make sense for one of you to delay and optimize your Social Security, having it grow to the greatest extent, right? Delaying until 70. So your health history and your health can absolutely and should be a consideration when determining when to draw Social Security. And then lastly, are your other liquid retirement assets, what you have saved up. Again, this is the big tug of war, the big issue. Delaying your Social Security. Think about this. If you delay your Social Security, that's an 8% rate of return, 8% growth on that money. That's hard to beat. That's hard to beat. However, if delaying your Social Security means that the money that you have saved up for retirement gets spent down, and all of a sudden this nest egg that you had saved up is now dwindled to a very small sum, maybe it doesn't make sense. You've given up all of your liquidity just for that Social Security to grow a little bit more, and now you're stuck and you have less choice. So how much extra do you have saved up in your retirement portfolios? How much liquidity do you have? That absolutely needs to be a factor that you consider as well. So then what's the wise choice? Is it wise to draw immediately, delay a little bit, delay all the way until age 70? Guys, there's no one size fits all. Each of those answers has been the absolute correct choice depending on someone's situation, the rest of their financial life. These factors in all 6 areas of their financial life, their tax picture, their estate goals and legacy goals, their present financial position, including mortgages and what bills they have. It's a lot that you need to consider working with your certified financial planner to make a wise choice. But those factors need to be considered as well. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.